So in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to do the first game from Prep Test 56. With this one we've got a lot of relative position rules, but yeah, we'll see. We've also got some kind of OR rules and more of a structured rule. So this one is kind of a web game with a little extra added to it, but on the whole it's a sequencing game. All right, so we've got 6 players, F, G, H, J, K, and L, and we're just scheduling their auditions. So J is earlier than H, G is earlier than K, G is either immediately before or immediately after L. So we can have GL or LG, but that group, whichever way they're oriented, is all going to have to be before K. Right? So we can combine those two rules. And then exactly one audition separates the auditions of J and L. So we could have L space J with H after, or we could have J space L with H after, or H could be after J, but yeah, right between J and L. That's also possible. In this case, G would be on the other side, and K has to be after that whole group. And there's one more player, F, which is wild. Okay, so here I kind of did a little bit of splitting. In this case, G could be on either side of L, so not super helpful, and obviously K would be after them, so I mean I could put G up there and just kind of say, all right, well they're together. G could occupy that space between L and J, and then K is going to have to be after them. So I mean it's a pretty messy diagram. That way it may be better to just keep them as individual rules. So rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4. All right, so first question, we're just going to do process of elimination. So J has to be before H, so that allows us to eliminate D. G before K allows us to eliminate B. G and L allows us to eliminate A. Rule 4, okay, so we've got C and E left. I believe that allows us to eliminate C. So for C, we have L space J. Yeah, so C is out, E is the correct answer. Let's write that one out. Okay, F. All right, so now we have one acceptable solution. Which one of the following must be true? L auditions earlier than H. We actually have an example up here where that doesn't happen, but L doesn't have to be before H because H could be just after J there, and that would be fine. So A, that doesn't have to be true. B, L earlier than K. Yes, that does have to be true. So we did combine those because L has to be right next to G and G has to be before K. L will also be earlier than K. 3. The earliest K's audition could be scheduled to begin is, so I think 3rd, because it has to have G and L, but I want to make sure that there isn't anything preventing it from being 3rd, so I'm going to try that out. I'm going to put G first and then L, because L also has to be separated by only 1 from J, and then H has to be after, and F is wild, so F can jump in there, and now we have another acceptable solution, and we know that the correct answer here is 3 p.m. C. All right, 4. The order in which the saxophonists are scheduled to audition is completely determined if which one of the following is true. So if H begins at 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If H is at 4, J has to be before H. Okay. But does it have to be like that? Is there any reason I couldn't have LJ like that? And then G and L are still side by side. K is still after G. So I could have that. That seems possible. So A doesn't completely determine because I have an example where H is 4th, but the positions of L and J have been mixed up. So A is out. B, J is 1st. So if J is 1st, then L is 3rd. But if L is 3rd, that doesn't tell me where G is, right? G could be 2nd or 4th. So let's try G 4th, because we have an example where G is 2nd. H has to be after J, K has to be after L and G, and F, so that one's possible. B doesn't completely determine. J at 5, that's more promising because that's going to tell us where H is, right? H is going to have to be after, L has to be 3rd, and then we know that G can't be 4th because G has to be before K, and F will be 1st. So this one is completely determined. So C is the correct answer. The reason I have check marks here is just to show that those are acceptable solutions, so we can use them later as part of our bank of acceptable solutions if we want. So I'll stop there and let you complete the last, I believe it's 2 questions, on your own, but let me know if you have any issues.